that which is good. So if you're just jumping in on YouTube and Facebook, welcome to our Monday morning breathwork and Qigong class. Let's find your space where you've got a space to stand and are not going to be disturbed for the next 30 minutes. And we'll start off with some mobilization, and we'll do a couple of flows. I think we'll work on the fountain today. That's quite a nice flow to work on. And then we will do some seated breath work. So let's take a moment just to get balanced. Feet about shoulder width apart. Tall through the spine, lifting and lengthening through the spine. Remember, always come back to that basic movement comes from the center. If you think about Qigong, we focus on that point which is just below the belly button in towards the spine, the dantian, lower dantian, the physical energy center. When we're breathing, we can bring the breath down to this point. When we're moving, we can move from this point. So let's just start moving from the center. Starting nice and easy. No force. And you can gradually build up momentum, letting the arms bend or the elbows bend. And then you can just let the arms tap belly and back. Remember always to keep lifting through the spine here so that spine stays long. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. So we create that really strong central rotational axis. Face is relaxed and we just letting the breath be natural, soft and light in and out through the nose. And then you can bring the arm that swings across the front into a light fist, just tapping on that long point. So it's just sort of like on the pec muscles, just by the collarbone. And let's take a slightly fuller breath in here now. So a nice calm full breath in through the nose. And let go. You can let go as a sigh, or you could create a sound. It's quite nice to make a Z sound, quite like that. So you can breathe in through the nose and Z sound out. Let's do that again. In through the nose and and then breathe easy. Come back down to belly and back. Creating that sound just creates a bit of resistance to the exhale, and you get some vibration, different areas of the body. There you might have felt a little bit more vibration in the chest. Slowing it down into water waves. Go nice and slow. So here we build, it's different to what we were doing there where we were just letting the arms swing. We're just creating a little bit of resistance now. It's almost like there's some pressure that you're pushing your arms through, your hands, and we get that rotation through the wrists and the fingers and the elbows. And then take a rest. Standing tall. We're going to push one hand down towards the ground. So again, we're going to create a little bit of resistance. It's almost like you're pushing down on something, but we keep that little bit of softness in the elbow. And then the other hand we push up towards the sky and create that little bit of resistance. And then we swap. And we swap. And if it works, just breathing in as we expand. And breathing out as we cross in the middle, as we swap. Breathing in as we expand. And as we reach up, still keep that keep the shoulder down. Watch that you're not lifting the shoulder towards the ear. Keep that shoulder down so you feel that nice length, encouraging all of that length of the rib cage, all of the fascia down that side of the body to lengthen out. Have that little bit of bend in the knees so we're not locking with that lower body. And then the next one we will lengthen and then just reach over a little bit. So we're now again lengthening here. It's like you've got a lemon or an orange, you're just squeezing that between the hips and the ribs, and then you stand tall. Keep tall, keep tall, keep tall before you lengthen first, and just do that little side bend. Take this really slowly, there's no rush, there's no force, there's no overstretching, it's just lengthening out. Think of lengthening out all of the fascia that runs through the muscles, the ligaments, the tendons, the organs. And then just one more each side in your own time. And take a rest. Stand tall again, see how that feels. Long spine. And then we'll do a little bit of spinal cord breathing, bending the knees a little bit more, breathing in, tilting that pelvis so you're spilling out the front of the pelvis there, and then breathing out, tucking the pelvis in so that you're breathing out the back of the pelvis. So get that pelvis moving, get the chest lifting. Base of the skull, base of the sacrum. Look what you're doing to all of the nerves down the back of the spine, spinal cord. Just breathing in softly as you expand. Don't have to make any noise with the breath. Quite often when you go to breathwork classes, there's a real sound of the breath with the class, just to emphasize the inhale and the exhale, which is absolutely fine, but it doesn't mean to say you have to breathe loud when you can breathe light and soft. Here, there's no sound. Doesn't have to be any sound with the breath. Take a rest when you're ready. Should feel good. And then we can have a little shake. Start to shake through the legs, using the legs as pumps to shake the upper body, and then you can bring the arms into it. Let the head go a little bit as well. It's quite often, if we hold a lot of tension around here, this just stays as a block. See if you can just release the tension in the neck and the shoulders. And here you can take a slightly fuller breath in, cleansing and clearing. Just a couple. Only needs a couple of breaths just to cleanse and clear, and then you can come back to very easy, soft, light breathing. Good old shake. Shake as much or as little as you want. And then slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Come to standing. Maybe take a nice full satisfying breath there as well. So it's like your breath is catching up there. You feel the heart rate elevate a little bit, the heart rate come down then. Let's move into a flow. We've got that energy flowing through our body. Let the energy that we've created move the body with the breath. So breathing in and breathing out. That little bit of bend in the knees, very subtle. Hips gliding back. And find your rhythm, so let your breath guide you. What we're looking to create is that sense of ease, effortlessness with the breath and with the movement. Sense of flow. Just come into a standing position, and we're just going to bring the palms facing forwards here, but then we're going to keep that sort of like shape, but I'm going to shift them behind the body. So if I show you from the side, you're just bringing the arms from here to here. So you're sort of like focusing the attention here on the kidney area. So we just use that as a standing posture for a moment. Again, it's nice because it really opens up all of the chest. Watch that you're not straining, that you're not holding the breath. So remember the principles of that combination of strength. Where do I need to be strong? Where can I soften a little bit? Also, where are you balanced? So you might want to shift and align yourself a little bit more to gravity. Just play around with that little bit of movement. And then find a standing posture. Just breathing easy in and out through the nose. And then take a rest, standing tall. It's quite fun that, because if you look at the screen, you don't know if the screens are frozen or not. I think Keith's screen is frozen because Keith is still there at the minute. So take a rest, give yourself a little bit of a shake out here. And then we'll do pulling down the heavens, so breathing in. And breathing out. And then just interlocking your thumbs, resting on that lower dantian, bringing the feet together. And just balancing for a moment with your eyes closed. Allowing your body just to rock, sway, with a bamboo posture, bamboo in the wind standing posture. And then when you're ready, taking a slightly fuller breath in, opening your eyes at the top of that breath. Stepping out, having a gentle brush down. And then just taking your time just to come back to your seated position. And we'll just spend the final 7 or 8 minutes just focusing on some seated breath work. So come back. Good. And we'll come back onto the other camera. There's a few frozen screens on Zoom. So hopefully you can see, and hopefully I'm not frozen. So get yourself into a comfortable position that you're able to maintain for the next, what have we got, 8 minutes. And that usually is feet in contact with the ground if you're sitting on a chair. And if you're sitting on a chair, also that you are stable on that surface that you're sitting. And nice and tall through the spine. So just as when we're standing and we're thinking of the spine as that central rotational axis, the same thing as we're sitting. So we want to have a strong spine, but not rigid. So a strong spine, head is balanced on top of the spine. You might want to give that head a little nod, which is quite, you might want to look side to side a little bit, and then just get that head balanced on top of the spine. Relaxing the face, so really relaxing into the brow, the eyebrows, and the eye sockets. Remembering if the face is relaxed, this is telling the brain, this is telling the mind that the body is relaxed, that everything is safe. So a really good idea just to relax the face. And I was reading somewhere, and I hate quoting stuff that I can never remember where I read it, but it was something like, almost like there's more signals going from the body to the brain than there is from the brain to the body. I think it was something like 80% more signals go from the body to the brain. We often think about it as being the other way around. I think it was some press article on the vagus nerve I was reading that. So relaxing the face. And you can close your eyes if you want to close your eyes, or you can keep your eyes open, but just softening and relaxing into the eye sockets. And then just tuning into your breathing naturally, so not trying to breathe in any particular way or thinking you should be breathing any particular way, but just noticing how your body is breathing at the minute. And a really simple place to notice the breath is in the nose. You can feel that physical sensation of the air just as it flows in and out through the nose. Notice the change in temperature, or you feel that coolness of the air as you're breathing in. Take your time just to really notice the air as it breathes in through the nose, as you maybe feel it in the back of the throat. Relaxing into the jaw, relaxing into the cheekbones. If you feel any tension creep back into the eyes or to the brow, then again you can just bring your focus to those areas just to soften and relax. Soften and relax into the face. And then I'm just going to give you those 2 cues as we did if you were in the class last week, and I think a lot of people enjoyed this, where I'm just asking you to pause the breath, and then I'm asking you to breathe again. So I'll just give you those 2 cues. So every time I say pause, you just pause the breath wherever you are in your breathing cycle. And then when I say breathe, you just let that breath flow again naturally. And the idea of this is that we're helping to balance the CO2, the carbon dioxide, and the oxygen. So every time we pause the breath for a short period of time, we're getting that very tiny buildup of CO2, and that's good for a short period of time. Think of it almost like a little squeeze of energy. You're almost like squeezing more oxygen from the blood and delivering the oxygen to every single tissue in the body. So just breathing easy. And pause. And breathe. Pause. Breathe. Pause. Breathe. Pause. Breathe. Pause. Breathe. Pause. Breathe. Pause. Breathe. And just continue to let your breath be soft, light, easy. And then just taking a slightly fuller breath in when you're ready. If you've got your eyes closed, opening your eyes. Having a little stretch if you need a stretch. Good. Excellent. And we will finish there. If you are joining the class on Thursday, have a mat ready, because we'll do a little bit of work on the mats, because I know we get requests for people doing stuff on the floor, which is good. So bring a mat for Thursday's class. Next Monday, just to keep you updated as we're moving into the Christmas period, there will be no live class on Facebook and YouTube, but there will be a class on Zoom, and that will be Julie again doing a foot class, and then we'll be back to the normal class on a Wednesday, but then we'll head into Christmas week. I'll keep you updated then. But great, thank you for your time, thank you for your attention today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you hopefully on Wednesday. Take care, bye-bye. Bye.